Hey, I'm Kristen, a somatic experience practitioner from Venice Beach, California, and my space is all about body-based reflection, emotional healing, and sensual reclamation. And today we are gonna have a chat with Tarot for our full moon in Sagittarius. And Sagittarius is bold and expansive and very joyful, and it takes up a lot of space. But this moon, this full moon, is the strawberry moon, and that's all about sweetness and really feeling into your emotions and exploring the receiving. You know, how can we receive what we need? We also got some kitty magic here. So let's get started. Okay. So what part of our love life or our intimate life is coming into full bloom right now? What's coming into full bloom with the strawberry full moon? What wants to be seen? So the Queen of Wands, this is perfect for Sagittarius. I mean, this is the Sagittarius card. So what wants to be explored and seen and heard is your big, bold self, that this deep creative energy. But, you know, she is also a very sensual queen. She's a very sexual queen. She wants to express herself, you know, in all the ways that have to do about sensuality, including enjoying food, you know, enjoying the creative process as you walk through life, regardless of what you do for a living. What is the process that you're feeling into while you're doing it, whether you're working with numbers or painting or being physical with someone that you love or cooking a beautiful dinner or taking a walk or a hike and enjoying nature. And really, this is a queen that is not afraid to put her feet in the dirt and connect to the earth. She's also in a place of really claiming and understanding what her personal truth has been all along. So maybe there's some truths that you're coming into about yourself, where you are leaning into where you are powerful in your life, where your superpowers have been lying your entire life, like what's been inside you that is sort of ready to come out and be expansive and be big. Where do you want to take risks? What part of your love life do you want to take risks with? So maybe it's going on an app when you've been afraid to do that. Maybe it's actually even just considering dating again after a period of time away from it, perhaps because of a breakup or because of just negative experiences, or perhaps you've been tired. So if you have felt tired and dragged down from something to do with your intimate life, whether you're single or maybe you've been in a relationship that has felt like it's been dragging you down, this is a queen that's telling you you need to explore what needs to be, what cycle is done. You know, with the full moon, it's reached its peak. What needs to be cycled out of your life so that you can make room for something else? So what are you holding on to? What belief system or what wound or what defense is there that maybe you're clinging to it's for a sense of safety, or it feels comfortable to you somehow, but you know it needs to go. So we have a lot of queens here. We have the Queen of Pentacles. So it has to do with the very, you know, those things, those basic safety and survival needs. It's, if I leave this person, will I ever meet somebody again? If I start dating, will I have the same experiences I had in the past? Will I kind of be stuck in the loop and repeat the same patterns that I've been repeating? Will I not take the lessons that I've learned and be able to integrate them in a way where I'm having an interest in a new kind of person. I need, can I trust myself that I'm not going to be attracted to what hasn't worked for me or what no longer works for me? This, I'm also, I keep hearing the word, freeze. So perhaps there's this place where you want to move forward, but you kind of, those fears come back in and you have like you can't move, you feel blocked. So you really want to dig deep into leaning into that trust of really knowing that you've been on a certain path, a certain journey. You are somebody who has worked on your personal growth. You are reclaiming yourself. You're reclaiming your sensuality. I mean, this is another very sensual queen. I mean, this is the sort of queen that kind of gets down. Like, she likes to get down. She likes to get in it. This is the queen, at the whiskey, at the bar, and she's just talking to everybody. She's ordering fries. You know what I mean? She's not worried. And here's this queen that is a little bit more subdued. I mean, the Queen of Pentacles is also like a get down, very earthy, kind of energy. It's very direct as well, but there's a softness here. There is this, wanting to sit back and let something come to you. So maybe it's this balance of where you want to take risks and maybe get out there and be more expansive. What feels comfortable for you? What groups of people? Maybe there's a local bar for some of you that has a happy hour. There's like a place down the street from me that has jazz every Wednesday night. And, they do Monday night football on Monday night. They have these different sort of community events at the bar, at happy hour. And maybe that's not your jam, but maybe, it's some kind of place where you can go to that you feel very safe. Maybe you go and you meet, your friends there, and there's that support system. But where can you get out and take a little bit of risks and kind of jump into exploring that part of you that wants to get a little bit, that wild self, that wants to get more creative. But at the same time, you don't want to jump into something too soon. So it's using this creative energy to magnetize your superpowers, to magnetize, let yourself be a magnet to what you want to attract, but then exploring with the Queen of Pentacles, that person that doesn't chase after it or get desperate about it or worry about if the person's going to take my number. And if they do take my number, are they going to text me? Are they going to call? It's been a couple of days. How come we were having this conversation and they just walked away without saying goodbye? It's allowing yourself to receive what you're meant to, and letting yourself have these experiences so that perhaps maybe something is meant to be just fun and flirty and in the moment and spark your fire and get you going, stoking that flame. And that experience is leading you to a place where you're just enjoying life and enjoying yourself and enjoying getting out there, enjoying the process of finding an intimate partner, of getting intimate with yourself and what really turns you on and what really makes you feel very safe and comfortable, and knowing when to withdraw from what doesn't feel right. So what's the truth? Like, what is the wild truth? Like, what are you being asked to just call out, to speak, to feel fully? That you're sick and tired of overanalyzing, that you don't want to feel stuck anymore, and you don't want to continue to put yourself in this place of stuckness. I mean, yes, other people have done crappy things. There have been crappy experiences. But often we are the ones that kind of cling on to those things. We we kind of loop it. We get stuck in this trauma vortex of replaying it all over and over again, and it keeps us from really, moving forward. It keeps us from being afraid to lean into a place of sweet surrender and receive. Receive what we deserve, receive the things that we want. So, are there any places where we need to step back? What do we need? Where do we need to pause? Where do we need to honor our own rhythms in this process that we're in around intimacy and love and clarity? A whole bunch came out. So we no longer want to feel, you've already been through the process where you figured things out. You're no longer in that growth process that can often feel like that cocooned butterfly kind of feeling, where you're in the cocoon and you're scratching your way through. It's like you've already done that, and you don't need to continue to put yourself in that place. You have become more enlightened. You have become more wise. Are you trusting your body? Are you really allowing yourself to feel and to acknowledge, what your body is feeling in the moment when you're out and about? I also want to mention, how are you feeling when you're just sitting by yourself at home? Are you allowing yourself to just sort of enjoy yourself and to put on something really beautiful or comfortable, whatever that is for you, whether it's fuzzy slippers or, a silk camisole, or, what are you doing to make yourself feel at home in your own body? And there's something here that is really valuable about practicing doing that for yourself, or just with a group of friends that you're very, very comfortable with. So next time you go out with a girlfriend, dress up, put on some jewelry. I mean, I do this too. I'm just meeting my friend at the wine place, and I stick on a pair of jeans and a tank top and some boots. But it's like, I just say get dressed up to the nines, but maybe practice putting on, a completely different kind of makeup. Do your hair differently. What makes you feel a little bit different physically can often bring out the changes that we have made internally by just literally expressing ourselves on the outside with clothes, with makeup, with hair, with jewelry, with color. So, what is this full moon illuminating? What is the full moon illuminating? That there is partnership, and that you do have choice. You have the choice to not make the same choices that you have in the past. Did you know that? That you don't have to make those choices, and you're not going to, because you have been through the process. You don't need, we're always growing and learning, and we're always on a journey, and we're always, in personal growth and wanting to get better. But there are also markers in our lives. There are benchmarks where you're like, yeah, I learned that lesson, and I don't need to go back to that. I have choice, and I have a body, and I want to feel good in it for myself, and I want to experience feeling good in my body and in my heart around everybody in my life. So I'm going to leave it at that. Thank you so much. I appreciate your being here today. You can always say to yourself, I have the power of choice. My heart is expanding. My boundaries are clear and fluid. I am love. I will see you on the next one. Happy full moon. Bye.